have a life outside of work. Like, this might be the most important thing you're going to hear in the first few minutes of this video. Hi, I'm Shikemi. Don't take yourself too seriously. Like, the job is already hard enough as it is. So just let humor just flow into the things you do for yourself, for your patients, for your colleagues as well. Just take life slowly. Number two, there is nothing wrong with exploring the branches. So in my case, I left my Ausbildungsbetrieb. That is where I did my Ausbildung, like where I was trained. I left after working there for a year for a place that felt more homely, chill and stuff. And I must say, I don't regret the decision. It doesn't yet feel like the best decision of my life, but I do not regret it, and I would advise anyone to do it. Number three, invest in yourself. We pour a lot into others in the care job, and it only makes sense to give back to yourself, to your body, to nourish yourself so that you are not pouring out of an empty cup. Have a life outside of work. Like, this might be the most important thing you're going to hear in the first few minutes of this video. Have life outside of work. And I say this because throughout my Ausbildung, I felt the effect of not having a life outside of what I did at school. And so, take this from me, after 2 years, I've realized that you need to have a life of your own where your life doesn't only revolve around work, but you have a social life that nourishes you, that you can, get your energy from. Because when you go to work and stuff, you're drained. So when you come back, you need to have like a powerhouse where you are refilled again. Go on holidays. Honestly, go on holidays. Because it is easy to just fall into this, now I'm free. Let me just rest. Let me just be in my bed. And it also doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It could just be a planned outing, you know, just not being in the house, because we could be so obsessed with, oh, free day, oh, free day. I've been working for 8 days now, back to back. Now this is my free. I'm just going to rest. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, what does rest mean to you. Is it about lying down in bed doing nothing? Is it taking a stroll? You have to figure that out on time, because the more you work, the more you're into the system, and it's hard to break out of it, break free from it, especially if you are in Germany all by yourself. Like, I had friends in my Ausbildung who were not with family, who were all by themselves, and they had to do all of these things by themselves. No family to support them. Thank God I had that. I had that. So if you are someone who is here in Germany without family, few friends, I would really just advise, maybe you're not the type who likes to mix with people, who likes to go out, but just take some time. It's not as bad as you think. Like, I'm also not an extrovert myself, but talking with people outside of work and just doing something good for yourself, it does pay. And to touch on rest, if you're going to rest, you have to be intentional about it. Like, it's not the kind of rest where you will rest and then you'll be feeling guilty that all you did was sleep. If it's sleep that is your kind of rest, please sleep, rest, and do it guilt free. Don't be so obsessed with productivity outside of work that you forget to rest, that all you're all about is, oh, even after, like, because sometimes people are not as kind to themselves as they should. Because imagine you've been working morning shifts, night shifts, late shifts, whatever it is, and then you have 2 days free. And then you're already thinking about all the big, great plans you have. And honestly, it's good to look forward to things. But at the end of the day, if what your body needs at that moment where you get your free day is, I don't know, maybe stay in bed longer, do it and do it. I really had to stand up for this one again. So, do not tell your mistakes to colleagues. I know that sounds, yeah, you're like, I'm not sure. What if it's dangerous for the patient and stuff? If it's a mistake that could harm the patient, then by all means, let it known, let it be known, share it. But if it's just something that there aren't consequences, keep it to yourself. Please, just keep it to yourself. You don't want to be telling people, "Oh, I made this mistake," or "I made that mistake," because it's going to affect the way they view you. And at the end of the day, when you see that they are looking at you as incompetent, you start feeling bad. See, I'm now in my stress-free era at work. I don't stress things anymore. I take my time because I realized that the more you stress, the longer it takes, the more mistakes you make. And so why stress? Because if you don't stress, you're going to achieve the result. If you stress, you will achieve it and maybe with mistakes. So just do the former. Don't stress. Even if you're still learning, also, I would also tell you to don't feel, because as a student myself, I felt the pressure of when a patient rang the bell, you would think you were responsible for going to that patient, which in some way you are responsible because you want to be, you want them to write a good report about you. But don't take it too seriously. Like, you have to be able to free your mind. Don't feel like, oh, if I don't do this, they will think I'm not a good schüler, or they'll think I'm not responsible, I'm not fly sick, you know. Cool. Keep private things private. Don't share your private stuff with don't share private stuff with colleagues. Don't do it. Don't have a religious or political standing. You can have one, but don't talk about it. Talk about it at work. Yeah, don't, because it could affect the way your colleagues see you. And once they start seeing you from that standpoint, you don't want that, because you were employed to perform a duty. And so if anything is going to jeopardize your duties, how you relate to your colleagues, how they see you, um, just don't do it. You are free to, practice your religion. And one thing that I also have learned is that your faith, like, let your faith be seen by your works, the way you relate with your patients, how, your calmness, your meekness, how you listen, how you talk. Like, those things are parameters by which you can know if a person is driven by love, not by how much you talk about your religion or other religion, and not even with your colleagues. Remember to check in with yourself at work. What do I mean by checking with yourself? Sometimes we walk around work like this with our shoulders high, because we're, stress. It's just stress. You're going from one patient to another, walking fast and all of that stuff. And we forget to just take deep breaths, checking on ourselves. Just, you could try it sometime. Just whenever you notice that you are stressed, like you have a, I don't know how to say it in English, sorry. When you're angespannt, just, remember to bring your shoulders down, take deep breaths, drink water, drink water. Yeah, people forget. I've had periods during my duties where I forgot to drink water. Not because I forgot, but because I just couldn't bring myself to sit down and take a sip of water. So look after yourself, take small breaks. It doesn't have to be your 30 minutes break. You could just sit down 5 minutes, take a deep breath.